Welcome in to day 5 of our summer mini lessons, where I give you a little bit of retouch on a skill that your student will encounter in middle school, or maybe they did encounter and they just need a little quick refresh. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and that you visit our Stan store to get the free resources I have connected to each or linked to each day. Also, while you're in there, consider registering for our online class. It is the first one that I have created in a set of 4. It is the Reading Reset course, and it is 6 days of reading reset skills, text evidence, main idea, vocabulary and context, making inferences, and much more. Each lesson comes with a direct instruction, guided practice, independent practice, and we've even included additional practice activities in there. And all of the items are self-grading except for the writing, but we do include a rubric so that students or parents can self-score. And friends, that is on sale right now in our Stan store for only $25. So 6 days of in-depth instruction with resources for $25. That is less than I charge for a 45-minute in-person session of tutoring. But you get all of that for only $25 for a limited time. And friends, you are not going to be disappointed. I did my big one with this course, and I am super excited to share it with you guys. So check that out. But we're going to get into today's topic, and it comes from an area that I haven't really touched on yet, and that is writing foundations. So not only as a language arts teacher did I teach reading, but also that writing component as well. And so today we're going to talk about different sentence types. So if that sounds good to you, and I know it does, hit that like button and let's get into it. You may not think about it, but your student is encountering many different types of sentences. Well, at least 4 different types of sentences. And you might not yourself remember them from middle school, so I am going to share them with you. We use sentences to ask a question, make a statement, show excitement, or give a command, or ask a question. So each of those types has a different name, and we are going to go through them, and they have a different use of punctuation. So we'll talk about the different sentence types, what punctuation goes with them, and when they're appropriate. So let's get started. Now, so in this mini lesson, we'll talk about the 4 different sentence types, how to identify them, and how understanding sentence types helps readers and writers communicate clearly. So let's get started. There are 4 different sentence types in writing. Each sentence type has a different purpose. Strong readers and writers can identify how a sentence is being used. The 4 types are declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Let's break down each one of the sentence types, talk about it, provide examples, and then at the end, we'll see if you can identify different sentence types. Sentence type 1 is declarative. A declarative sentence just makes a simple statement. I am happy. The sun is shining. It just gives information. A declarative sentence ends with a period. It is the most common of the sentences that you are going to use. Examples would be the students completed their summer reading assignment. This sentence is simply telling information. Most sentences in nonfiction writing are declarative. Those are all just sentences that just basically declare a fact. The second sentence type is interrogative. An interrogative sentence asks a question. Interrogative sentences end with a question mark, and to help you remember when you interrogate someone, when the police interrogate someone, they're asking questions. That's how we'll remember that it ends with a question mark. So examples are, do you like chocolate or vanilla ice cream? What color are your eyes? What's your address? Question words like who, what, when, where, why, and how often appear in interrogative sentences. Let's look at some examples. This is probably the easiest sentence type because we all pretty much understand when we're being asked a question. Our next sentence type is imperative. An imperative sentence gives a command or instruction. These sentences may end either with a period or an exclamation point. It just depends on how enthusiastic you are about the command or instruction. For example, complete your homework before dinner will probably get a period. But if I have to say it multiple times, I've told you 4 times to complete your homework before dinner, might get an exclamation point. So it just depends on the tone of the speaker. Imperative sentences tell someone what to do. So it is a request, which would end with a period, and a command, which is going to be a little bit more aggressive, an exclamation point. Recipes, directions, and classroom instructions often use imperative sentences. Our fourth and final type of sentence is exclamatory. An exclamatory sentence is going to end with an exclamation mark, and it is going to show strong emotion or excitement. Like, stop, that's hot. That would get an exclamation point. Or I can't believe we're going to Disney World. Or yes, I've won the lottery. All of those sentences would show extreme excitement or emotion, and they would end in an exclamation point. Now, you know how I like to do. We're going to do a few practice ones together before I release you to work on your own. So let's look at this sentence. Please put your phone away during class. Now, before you decide what type of sentence it is, ask yourself, is this sentence making a statement, asking a question, giving a command, or is it showing strong emotion? I'm trying something new, so answer in the video. I put a quiz question, so answer it in the video. Hopefully this works, or I'll have to edit it out. Hopefully you answered imperative because the sentence is giving an instruction. Let's try another one. How beautiful the sunset looks tonight. Answer if you can in the video. If not, just think to yourself what type of sentence this is. I'll wait for a few seconds. Because this sentence shows strong emotion and excitement, you should have selected exclamatory. Now, before I turn you loose for practice, let's talk about the reading and writing connection. Understanding sentence types helps readers understand tone, recognize the author's purpose, and improves comprehension. It also helps writers vary their sentence structure, improve their clarity in their writing, and create stronger writing. That's why, in case you're asking, why does my student need to know this? That's why. Now, just a quick review before we close. So there are 4 different sentence types. Declarative makes a statement. So it is the most common sentence type. Interrogative asks a question. It's going to answer those who, what, when, where, why, and how, and end in a question mark. Imperative could end in a period or an exclamation point, depending on the tone, but it is going to give a request or command or directions. And then finally, exclamatory is going to end in that exclamation point, and it is going to show extreme excitement or emotion. So remember, exclamatory shows the ease, excitement, emotion. Today you have learned the 4 sentence types, what punctuation that they end with, how to identify them, and how the sentence types help readers and writers communicate clearly. Remember, strong readers and writers pay attention not only to what the sentence says, but how it is used in the passage in relationship to other sentences, how it helps build the bigger meaning of the passage. The more that you are able to identify these different sentence types, the easier it will be as you are reading, and it will enhance your reading comprehension overall. It is a skill. It does need to be practiced. And so we are going to do that next. Click the link in the description down below to practice with the worksheet I created in the Stand Store. It's under day 5. And also, if you're looking for longer work sessions with your student, click on that online course. It's only $25 right now, and it is 6 days of longer daily lessons. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me each day. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Leave any questions in the comments down below. Let me know what skills you'd like me to work on in the next videos throughout the summer. I have a pretty good list, but I'm always adding, and I want these to be helpful for the watcher. So I appreciate you so much, and I will see you tomorrow for day 6. I'm going to run out of fingers soon.